Good evening. We've got a live mic here, I think we do. My name is Marty Allen. I'm Chairman Emeritus of the Gerald R Foundation. And it's my privilege to welcome you here and under a little bit different environment for those who have been in this facility before. You're sitting in brand new seats that have been just installed. Brand new carpeting that's just been installed. Even now, blue curtains, I think, are more fitting for President Ford. I think he would have preferred to have blue versus the Ohio State resident we used to have. And I can tell you that the people that need to be thanked for all this, DIDIER is just to my rear and her whole staff that took care of this whole thing. It really came out well. In addition, while it was put in here a little bit earlier, we have a loop system in here now for those people who had a little problem hearing, so I think we got that. The reason I'm up here just before ELAINE gets up here is to make one introduction for you. I have the title of Chairman Emeritus, but I've never been able to exercise the Emeritus part of it. So I want to introduce you to the new executive director of the foundation that we picked, and that's Joe Calvarusa. Joe, why don't you stand up for the I'm not leaving, but I hope your jokes help with the Emeritus title comes into play more often than not. And without any further ado, I'd like to introduce now ELAINE, who you all know is the very good director of the museum and library. Joe is executive director of the foundation. Here's the other director. And the Emeritus guy is about to leave.
We all owe Marty a great amount of gratitude for all that he has done for the Ford Foundation over the years. I have to say that we are thrilled to have Joe Calvarusa joining us, and yesterday we had a telephone conference call with library and museum staff and Joe and Diane Van Allsburg, our administrative assistant at the foundation, talking about the Friends of Ford organization. And afterward I said to some of my colleagues, wow, 4 weeks into the job and we're really into it. And Joe, I have to say, we're thrilled to have you aboard. It was a great meeting and it's been a great partnership over the years. And we now have new energy on the part of the foundation to work with us and with Marty. And so we give Marty great thanks, but we're really thrilled to have Joe with us and thrilled to have all of you with us tonight on a very snowy night. So thank you for coming. The phone didn't stop ringing for days at the Hauenstein Center. There was a long waiting list for this, and we're really glad to have you here. One of the things we're working on, in fact, another installation that Marty doesn't even know about because I just made the decision last week, we're adding permanent cabling and a large flat screen system upstairs in the Michigan room. So for future events that are oversubscribed in a very positive way, we'll be able to have an overflow crowd upstairs, as we did for the day of the inauguration a couple of weeks ago. So that's new technology in the works, and that will help us provide a space for larger audiences like this one in the future. We have partnered with the Hauenstein Center and with other departments at Grand Valley on a number of occasions, and we're really thrilled to have Leaves Whitney and his colleagues elect to have this program here tonight as the kickoff for Lincoln's bicentennial. This is going to be a wonderful year of Lincoln's birthday. There are events all over the state ongoing, and Leaves and I and my colleague Jim Kratzis serve on a statewide planning committee that's been coordinating a lot of these things. So we're very happy to have this as the kickoff. I just got my early vintage copy of Don Phillips' book autographed in my office. I'm very pleased to have a first edition of Lincoln and leadership, which I think is great. And I know he's going to be bringing out a new edition, and we're going to have a wonderful program tonight. To introduce our speaker, I'm very honored to invite to the program and to the podium Tom HAAS, the president of Grand Valley State, who's in his 3rd year as president, and he told me I can't possibly tell you any more details about him. So without further ado, it's Tom HAAS.
Thanks, ELAINE, and thanks, Marty.
Marty does go by Dr. Allen too, as he really was a recipient of one of our honorary degrees recently. So that's another title that we can always look to, and the relationship we have with the Ford Museum and Grand Island State University is very, very strong. So Elaine, thank you as well. Tonight is a special night, and it's special for me because I have a connection with the speaker. When I was the Dean of the Coast Guard Academy, I received a book from Admiral Lloyd. That name may not be familiar with you, but he was the Commandant of the Coast Guard. And then he became the first Director of the Transportation Safety Administration, and then became the #2 to Tom Ridge when the Department of Homeland Security was raised up as a result of 9/11. Well, in this book that I received, it was called Founding Fathers. And from that, I knew the name then, Don Phillips. Well, just a short while after that, we found out that Don and Admiral Lloyd wanted to collaborate on a story about the Coast Guard. And my background in the Coast Guard, retired officer, and my relationship with the Coast Guard Academy as the Dean, Don came to the Academy and interviewed folks there, and interviewed others throughout the Coast Guard, and created a book that I'm very proud of to represent the Coast Guard, and it's called Character and Action. And so that was one relationship. Then it continued on because, again, the relationship I had with Admiral Lloyd, now a new book that Don has put together. It's called Architecture of Leadership. And again, it's a collaboration between Admiral Lloyd and Don. Don is a prolific writer, over 20 books. The first one, as you now are knowledgeable of, Lincoln on Leadership, which will be discussed here in a scholarly fashion. But I mentioned the name Jim Lloyd and Don Phillips. When you think about the connections, I mentioned that name Jim Lloyd because when back in around 1969, Jim Lloyd was a lieutenant in the Coast Guard, and at that point in time I could see a great leader in him, and he was also my basketball coach. And I was playing at the Coast Guard Academy. So again, these connections in our lifetime are so fulfilling, so rewarding, and it is with that I say we need to welcome Don Phillips to the podium. Welcome to Grand Rapids.
Thank you very much. Thank you.